So I appreciate it. Is Brandon coming next? I want Brandon to come up, our next county judge, Republican. Get up here and talk to these folks.
Thank y'all. I'm battling a little cold, a bug, so I may not be as animated as I normally am. That's a joke.
What's in there, Brandon?
I need some caffeine. I want to thank all of you, and thank you for coming. Thank you for letting me speak. I'm honored to be your candidate for the Lamar County Judge. Honored to be a Republican. A man wrote me a question on Facebook a few days ago, and I sat down and wrote him an answer. And part of what I'm going to talk about is relates to the answers that I gave him. It's a wide-ranging question. He questioned several different things, and not all of them have to do with what I would do as a county judge. A lot of them, it'll never come before me. He asked me, what are my opinions on the Second Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, abortion, due process, and the rules of evidence. Of course, those last two that I mentioned, the county judge does have something to do with those. But even though they're not affected by the county judge is not affected by these issues, it's what people want to know. It's what people want to know about their candidates and who they're going to vote for. So I'll do my best to answer those questions. I'm a Republican because I'm conservative. The biggest difference that I see today between conservatives and the left, I don't like to call them liberals because there's really nothing liberal about it. But the biggest difference I see today is conservatives want an equal opportunity and the left wants an equal outcome, or they claim they want an equal outcome. And to me, this equal outcome, it's not logical to me. You're never going to have an equal outcome. People have different talents, different motivations, different worth ethics, different upbringing. People are just different. And so you're never going to have an equal outcome among everybody. That was the stated goal of the Soviet Union. They wanted everybody to be equal, or equal outcomes. But I think most people know how that turned out, and what you have is in a government like that, authoritarian, yeah, government. What you have is the people that are in power are the people that are the privileged, and that's normally how it works out. The left today, what they want is a bigger government. They want more government spending. They want the right. They want to be able to tell you how to live your life. They want to tell you what you can say and where. They want you to tell you. They want to tell you whether you can own a gun. And I don't want my government telling me those things. I don't want that kind of control in a centralized government, or any government, local or national. And you'll notice today some of the tactics that the left uses. One of the tactics is they want to erase our memory. They want to erase the memory of our founders and people that we have revered in this country for many years. And what you get is you get plaques removed, statues torn down, schools renamed, streets renamed. And if you'll notice, the way that they accomplish this is typically in the dark of night, usually by some sort of fiat or order by one person, or if not, they'll just let the mob do it. And we have to put a stop to that nonsense. I agree with most, if not all, of what the Republican Party of Texas has developed as its platform. And I say most, if not all. I think probably all, but I leave that open in case somebody wants to throw something at me that I disagree with. But there's another party out there, and it's a smaller party. It's called the Constitution Party. And they have some pretty good principles themselves. I don't know if you've ever read the mission statement to the Constitution Party, but this is not the whole mission statement, but this is part of it. It includes uphold the principles of the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States, and the Bill of Rights. It is our goal to limit the federal government to its delegated, enumerated constitutional functions. I like that because that sums up kind of how I feel about government. I'm not suggesting we go join the Constitution Party. I think, like I said, I agree with almost everything that the Republican Party has, but I like that mission statement, and I like that what that says. My Facebook friend asked me about my views on abortion. It's pretty simple. I'm a pro-life Christian, and I believe that life begins at conception. And when you have your own kids, you understand what a gift they are. I heard a joke the other day. A guy said, I'm thankful for all 5 of my kids, especially the one that I like. I have 2. I like both of them. So. He also asked me some more relevant questions, some questions that are more relevant to the county judge position. We have to worry about the budget, and we need to plan better in this county. The county judge is the budget officer of the county. He puts together the budget, and the commissioner's court votes on it. They have the opportunity to look at it and make some changes and ask for some changes, but that's how it works. And I think what the county judge needs to do is he needs to go to the different departments of the county, sit down with them, talk to them, and figure out a plan. The county judge should go to Sheriff Cass and say, what are you going to need in the next 5 years? What are you going to need in the next 10 years? And you should plan accordingly. Now, there may be differences of opinion on how to get there. There will be, and it's a challenge. But I think that's an important function of the county judge is to help plan for the future, because there are certain things that you know are going to come up, and you need to be prepared for that. And like I said, I know that there are going to be challenges. We're not a wealthy county. I know that I realize that we operate on a shoestring budget, and I know that there are citizens in Lamar County that they run their home finances on a fixed income. So I don't want to raise taxes, because I know the burden that taxes can put on people. But at the same time, I don't believe that the debt is a good trade-off. The debt is a tax, really. You have to pay that back, and it comes with a cost associated with that debt, and it's called interest. I have some numbers here. I can tell you about our debt. Now, this is just interest. This is not the $5 million that we have to pay back. But over the next 9 years, it's estimated that we're going to pay back over $1.1 million in interest alone. Now, don't you think that interest can go, or that the interest that we're paying could be useful with the county sheriff, or if we need a new building, or to increase the pay that we pay the county employers. So that's a big cost, and like I said, I don't think that that's a good trade-off. Keeping the taxes low, and at the same time, I don't want to raise taxes, but I certainly don't want to incur any more debt. And eventually, you're going to run out of money to borrow, or you're not going to be able to borrow anymore. And then, what do you do then? My Facebook friend also asked me about evidence. What are my views on the rules of evidence and due process? I've been an attorney in private practice for over 14 years now, and probably beginning in law school, I really began to appreciate our rules of evidence and the rules associated with due process. These rules are meant to protect our rights. Without that, you would be subject to an oppressive, despotic government. And that's the purpose of those rules. And I think that that those rules, most civilized societies have rules that are similar to that, but here in this country, we take it for granted. And I feel strongly about those rules. That brings me to another point that I was going to talk about. Mr. Black, Robert Black, mentioned the Kavanaugh hearings, and I don't know if anybody has kept up with that. Yeah, Kavanaugh. We have a tradition in this country of due process, and we have a tradition that people are innocent until they're proven guilty. And apparently the Democratic Party wants to abandon that tradition. And they want to convict someone or find someone guilty with merely an accusation, without a shred of evidence, without any facts. That's a scary prospect, and I don't think we should put up with it. So how do we deal with it? The sheriff mentioned that a minute. The way that we deal with it is we don't elect them to anything. We don't elect them as dog catcher. Okay, we put them out of business as they are, and they will change. They will change the way they are before they get there. But that's got to be the goal. And how do you do that? Well, on October 22nd, early voting starts, and I would like to see every one of you there the morning of October 22nd. I'll be there when the doors open to cast my vote. Also, tell all your friends and tell your family to show up there during early voting. Get out, in case you're sick on November 6th. That's the way you deal with it. Thanks again for having me up here to speak. And was there a question now?